Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Capricorn. Let's see, Capricorn. Wherever Capricorn is in your chart. And of course, be sure to check out your human design profile reading. If it's up already, or it will be at some point in the next week or so. Because, not every Capricorn is a 2-4 or a, 3-6 or whatever. So, just additional information to be found in there. If you don't know what your human design profile is, I'll put a link in the description below for you to get your body graph, and among the plethora of information on there about your design, one of them will be your profile. Interesting. So we have the unknown card. Very exciting. It's interesting because I guess maybe there is, because like at first I was like, there's only 6 colors in the rainbow or the chakras, but there's actually 7. It's just really small up there. But the one that I wasn't seeing was the crown, right? Which is a higher consciousness and, just where we receive downloads and all of that, which, whoop. Look at who came out first. The Capricorn card. The Devil. We have the 4 of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands. That is too many. 2 of Swords. And then the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The 2 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles. Interesting, right? So let's see what this unknown card. Hello? Here we go. Okay. It says, the path forward always leads into the unknown. Even if we're certain now, things can change. This can create a great deal of anxiety. Humans crave certainty. Even the cells in our bodies strive for a state of equilibrium. Many of us would rather keep things the same than risk the unknown. But life has a way of pushing us forward, whether we like it or not. The unknown holds our future, and we must step into it. Walk gently and trust that as you move forward, doorways will open. Life will present itself with all its possibilities. Have courage and say yes to your adventure. You may feel very secure in the pond that you are in, but if you never venture out of it, you will never know that there is such a thing as an ocean, a sea. Ooh, I love that. It has that feeling of like moving out of your hometown type of thing. You can always move back. That's what, I would tell myself, because I was raised in Vegas and I moved to Colorado when I was 22, and I didn't know anybody. I didn't come out here with anybody, and that's scary and definitely very uncertain. But I just kept telling myself I could always move back. I could always go back. And is that a pain in the ass? Yeah. Is it expensive as hell? Yeah. However, it's possible. So I don't know where that came from, but we start with the Devil card. And like I said, the Devil is Capricorn. So this is your energy. And it could even just be a matter of you showing up in your own reading, because this doesn't feel negative at all. Not that the devil is negative. I think, people see the word devil and they're like, ah, but it really does, though. It speaks to, like, where are you holding yourself back? What things are holding yourself back? Ego, you know, like expectation, shame, fear, not wanting to be seen, not wanting to fail, even success, you know, like the fear of success. I love that this little book has keywords. So it says self-sabotage, insecurities, materialism, dependence. Small little devil nagging you and preying on your insecurities. The devil greets the fool with the flaws that make us human: addiction, materialism, overinflated egos, fears, insecurities, and self-sabotage. The devil teaches that these self-inflicted parts of life may make us human, but also can greatly hold us back from attaining greatness. Exactly. Right? It's like the chains that bind us type of thing. You know, an addiction can be anything from like the addiction to not doing, not making a decision, not, you know, because you don't want to be wrong, or FOMO, or, you know, whatever. It could, of course, be a substance. It could be numbing, you know, an addiction to distracting yourself type of thing. Like I think I said before, obsessions, over fixation on something. And with it, it's kind of like, especially with it being the first card in the reading and the oracle card being the unknown, the devil would be the thing that is holding you back, because the devil is the one that's telling you all of the why nots, all of the, you know, reasons why you don't deserve, or whatever it is. And especially, like, this isn't saying that you are necessarily the devil. It's saying that the fool, who is you, we are all the fool, is coming up to a point where it's like you do have to pass this energy. You have to get through it. And even if that is the energy of the fear of the unknown, or the fear, the you know, anxiety that comes with uncertainty, because it's paired with the Four of Wands. Wands are fire. It's, you know, action, the motivation behind the actions that you take, creativity, passion. How are you communicating those things? What actions are you taking towards those things? What is this? I swear. Let me just complain for a second about myself, okay? I'm like, you can fast forward for a minute if you don't want to listen to me complain. But my skin, all of a sudden, like, I don't know what this is. It wasn't there in the last video. I had this massive pimple on my face that hurts like a bitch. And I don't get these that often, but, you know, I do every once in a while. And it actually looks like it's getting better now, but I do sleep with a CPAP machine. Otherwise, I like suffocate at night, come to find out. And I woke up this morning and there's this like red mark from like the top of the mask. So I thought that I was maybe like sleeping on my face, and it creased my my forehead, or was like pressing right into my third eye. But that was like 3 hours ago, and it hasn't like really, I put a little bit of powder foundation, but it's like connecting my eyebrows together like a rainbow. I don't know. I'm halfway blaming Mars, because Mars is in Aries. Aries is my 10th house, which, you know, is like public perception, like how you present yourself publicly, how other people, right? And it's like, and here I am putting YouTube videos out with my face, and my face is fucked up. But I had the thought of trying, like, you know, I think I mentioned in the readings last month that I do freelance work, and there's stuff all over my table. And I had the thought to try to like just kind of move things out of the way so that I could do like just the overhead view and not show my face at all. But then I'm like, that's just creating more work for me, and I'm just being insecure. So anyway, I'm glad that I got that off my chest. Thank you for listening. But like I said, I am blaming Mars, because what the hell. So Mars is fire also. And I mean, it's in Aries. It's in its home place. And Venus is in Taurus right now, which is where my sun is, which is also like conjunct Chiron for me. So it should be, a harmonic, but my skin is not feeling harmonic. It is what it is. So this, it's like putting yourself out there too, feeling the fear, doing it anyway, even recognizing those insecurities, like I was just talking about. Kind of, it's interesting, like, just, I really didn't have an intent, because I kind of hate when people are like, don't mind my face, and they like look perfect, right? But I'm like, oh, don't mind my big ass pimple, and it looks worse in person. But oh, I thought there was like a fucking like a dead bird or something on the ground, but no, it's not. Thank God. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I didn't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, don't mind my face. I hate when people do that. And like I said, they look perfect. I feel like I do have a reason to say it though. Anyway, okay. So creativity, passion, how are you communicating those things? What actions are you taking towards those things? I also see wands as being information by way of experience, because that's what we get by trying things, by taking action towards something, right? We figure out what works, what doesn't work, what do we like, what don't we like, what fits and what doesn't. Okay, and truly the only way to really figure those things out is by doing. We can't like think our way through what we like or not. I've been giving this example lately of there's been so many times where I thought in my head I was going to love a hobby, whatever it was. Like there was embroidery for a while. There was, I was doing macrame stuff for a while, and I bought all this stuff, like just absolutely convinced that it was going to be, like my thing, that I could just kind of get lost in and get really creative. And maybe for a time it was, but really, no. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and I wouldn't have known that if I didn't try. So, try the thing. The Four of Wands is also, it's like reaching a point of stability and having a firm foundation under you. It also generally involves other people. So there's this, celebration type of vibe with it. Community. It could be, meeting people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, or want to do the same thing that you're doing, or have an appreciation for that. What are the keywords? Celebration, connection, harmony, home. It says the traveler unites with another who has found hope in this new magic. This is a moment of celebration and true connection to the magic of wands and the inner magic of humans. Hands raised towards each other, the two travelers come together in harmony. Yeah. And it's like that is the thing that's on the other side of the devil card. And it's kind of like the devil is saying, how much do you trust? Like how much, it's not how much do you want it, because that's not it. But it is like, how much do you trust that it's there? What are you even willing to like let go of with the devil card? Are you willing to let go of your insecurities, or even, a fear of being in community or meeting other people that have the same interest as you? It could even be competition, right? Like dropping that. And then we have the Four of Swords. Swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, beliefs, ideas. It's divine truth and honesty too, right? Like objective truth. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego, is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences, to feelings. And then it becomes the reason why we do things and why we don't do things, right? Like information comes into our consciousness, comes into our awareness. It goes through the filter of our ego, and then it kicks out a perception of our reality based on prior experience, prior life, prior ideas of things, right? And the Four of Swords is healing. It's about resting. Even, we can see that the sun is starting to melt the snow here. It really is like giving yourself a break, like a mental break, especially, well, for one, we have 2 fours. We go from the Four of Wands to the Four of Swords. And it's coming after the Devil, like it's right next to the Devil. So even the way that it's like sitting on my table here, right behind the Devil is this opportunity for mental rest, for healing, for even, letting go of some identity or ego, story, even becoming aware of whatever that is could be in there. It could be releasing trying too hard. It could be not trying too hard at all with the Unknown card. It's literally, it's like letting things really like come to you is how I'm feeling. The Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior generally, because nines are individual completion. So there's, come a point where, you've tried a bunch of different things. Maybe life has kicked your ass a little bit, like it tends to do to us. But you've also picked up these skills. You've picked up wisdom through going through those experiences. This card specifically is like, forged in fire, literally, because that's what they're doing, right? They're forging these wands. There's this, I can't remember, what do they call that? Okay. I don't know. Maybe there's not a name for it. Like, I think about that show Forged in Fire that was on like the Nat Geo channel or something like that. But, they would hammer out, they would put the blocks or whatever of steel into the fire pit thing, right? That's like insanely fucking hot. And then they take it out and they hammer it, or they use one of those presses, like the machine press, to get it into shape or to elongate it. Anyway, so there's this, forged in fire type of thing, but also, I mean, having the skill to be able to make these faster, even having them be symmetrical, like they all come out the same. I don't know why that even matters, but with it paired with the Four of Swords, though, it's almost even recognizing, giving yourself this break here, but like recognizing how your experiences and the things that you have been through, the things that you have tried, have given you really great wisdom. And, since swords are our mind, our thoughts, ego, like I was saying, wands are action, our passions and stuff. So it's, the dance between air and fire, and also how you need oxygen, you need air to fuel a fire. Like the absence of oxygen will put out a fire. So that's even kind of interesting, but it's allowing yourself to get clear in your thoughts so that you can even recognize that you have this power. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles have to do with our money. It's Earth, so, Capricorn. It's not the card of Capricorn, but it's just Earth. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Virgo or if it's, I think it's Taurus. Anyway, Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time, like where are we physically showing up in our lives? What are we physically putting our time, attention, resources into? It's our health. I mean, literally anything that we place value and worth on, our possessions, materialism, right? But it's also a queen, and I see queens as being like when we embody the energy of the suit within ourselves. So the Queen of Pentacles is very like self-nurturing, like Mother Henny, but to yourself. I mean, also maybe to other people, but again, it's recognizing the energy though within yourself, putting resources and time into your own interests. It's interesting how, you know, they're kind of like behind these, it kind of looks like seaweed to me. So it feels like this energy of like building the courage to be seen in some capacity, because even it looks like they're wearing shells as armor. And it's paired with the Two of Swords, which is like, you know, indecision, creature comforts, familiarity, happy home life, self-care. It says the Hermit Queen hides behind a kelp forest, clutching a pearl in her claws. She is a creature of comforts and takes pleasure knowing that all she needs is within claw's reach. She does not yearn for more, but instead is blissfully content to have such a giving home. Yeah. Like, big energy about stepping out of your comfort zone. The Two of Swords says showing off, inflated ego, difficulty expressing self, blindly following. The sun burning and blinded by his own ego shows off to the moon. He thinks he can impress her with a wave of his swords. If only the sun knew that the moon was already impressed just by the sun being the sun. Yeah, like, bro. Oh my gosh. Exactly. Okay. Okay, let me try to put this into words. Especially, we start with the devil, right? I feel like this whole reading is this thing about showing you where the devil lives in your subconscious, because we all have it, right? We all have insecurities. We all have fears. We all have, you know, addictions, and in some capacity, you know, like nobody is exempt from that, right? So this whole reading is like and especially with the unknown card, because there's this invitation to step into the unknown. And it's like you have to. And you probably actually want to. Like, maybe you feel a little bored or, you know, not fulfilled by things, but then at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, I can't quite figure out like what is on the other side of this, right? Like, if I walked through this door, like once I get past these clouds, once I get past, you know, as much as I can see in front of me, what then? And that tends to be the thing that stops us. And maybe it's okay. The devil is like getting crazy over here. But maybe, you know, for earth signs, I feel like that is the thing that tends to slow us down. Sometimes, like I said, I'm a Taurus sun. So I do feel like I need more information. I do need to be able to see some type of an outcome before I do a thing. But then also it's like, at some point though, you just have to go. You just have to do it. You just have to be like, you know what? That's good enough for me. You know, like just even knowing, right, that this is on the other side, even if this is just something that you desire, community, you know, connection with other people, that is enough of a reason to move forward. And then again, with the Four of Swords and the Nine of Wands, it's literally like this thing about, you know, sitting with yourself, kind of clearing out those thoughts that just kind of, you know, prevent us from moving forward, and relying on the experience, because experience is wisdom, right? By trying things, we pick up information. Information is wisdom. So, it's relying on what you have picked up along the way to guide you forward. It is stepping out from behind this kelp, showing your little pearl off, right? And even, was it the book that said, oh my gosh, you may feel very secure in the pond that you are in, but if you never venture out of it, you will never know that there is such a thing as an ocean, a sea, right? So if you keep yourself small, if you keep yourself, from doing anything outside of your comfort zone, you have no way of knowing how much of a big world there is out there and how much opportunity is available to you, right? Even with the Two of Swords, like these two things were both, I feel like-ish talking about ego in a sense. Like even the Devil card, with ego, it's, if you don't, it's like releasing having to even present yourself in a certain way. Like, don't think that you have to be perfect. Don't think that you have to act a certain way or talk or be a certain way other than exactly who you are. Because even the Two of Swords said, the moon just loves the sun as the sun. The sun doesn't have to be anything else. It's trying to be, though. It's like, hey, look at my swords. Look at what I could do with my swords. And the moon is like, bro, I just like you because you're the sun, not because you can do whatever with swords, right? So show up and be exactly who you are. We have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, again with another 9. Individual completion, financial success. This little hermit, I mean, they're out. There's no kelp, right? They're not hiding. They're out there exploring. Maybe they're building something. Who knows? But, it's like they're working towards something. Again, 9s are individual completion. So it is reaching a level of success that you wanted, that you expected. My mom just messaged me. She's a Capricorn rising. So I feel like that's just confirmation. The Two of Pentacles, balance. Lovely. Lovely. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.